Alright guys, so today's video is going to be just a little bit different because I don't typically review tech products, but today I am. So, long story short, I was having a conversation with a friend, and he was telling me that Beats were releasing a new set of earbuds, and that they were supposed to have some amazing awareness mode. And I didn't even know what awareness mode was. And he explained it to me. I said it was stupid, and then I decided to buy the new Beats, the Beats Buds Pro Plus, I think is what they're called. And so I could experience this amazing awareness mode and see what it was all about. So after I did that, I decided I already have them. Why not just go ahead and do a full review, because that's pretty much what I already did in my head anyway. So I did write notes. So if you see me looking down, I have notes to tell you don't serious. I'll go over the good and then the bad. And there's more bad than good. So, for the good. The first thing is the sound quality. I have absolutely no complaints about the sound quality. Sounds great, just like every modern earbud around this price point that you would expect. They all sound roughly the same, and they all sound very good. You know, there's really just not much more that you can ask for from a Bluetooth connection. So the sound is good. The second thing that is good is the battery life. I came from the Soundcore Liberty, I think, 2s, were the headphones that I was using. The battery life on these was advertised at, I think, something like 7 hours or so. But in reality, you'd only get about, like, 4 hours, maybe like 3.5. Where these, I think they're advertised at like 8, and I wore them for like 7, I think, and I still had somewhere around like 25% battery or something. So the battery life is very good. That's a very good positive. I was very happy with that. I have no complaints. The third thing that I liked about them was that, and this is probably just a problem that's exclusive to just me and other the Liberty 2 users. Whenever I would use my Liberty 2s, I had this problem where the Liberty 2s would only pair to one earbud at a time. And then if you pulled both earbuds out, it would pair, like say you pulled the right one out, it would pair to the right one, and then once you pulled the left one out, it would then pair to the left one. So if you started off and pulled the left one out first, it wouldn't connect, because it would only connect to the right one. But I was very happy that whenever I was using these, I didn't have that problem at all, and that they connect extremely fast. As soon as you pull them out of the case, they're connected. Whether it's the right or the left or both, or if you're talking and then you put one back. That's another problem that I had with my old ones, is that say if I had both of them in and I was on the phone and the right one, say, was dying, I could take the right one out, put it in the case, and then hang up the call. For something of this price point, you have to expect that stuff like that's not going to happen. Because I think these were like $50 maybe, and these are $170. So for more than $100, you would expect that stuff to be ironed out. So I was happy to see that I didn't have any like weird, quirky problems, and the entire user experience was all very seamless and smooth. I was very, very impressed and happy with that. Another thing that I really liked was whenever I first got them, to sync them to my phone, I forget what it's called, but Android has this thing where like you just open the lid to these and it just like magically pops up and just says connect. So that way you don't have to put these in pairing mode and then go to your Bluetooth settings and find the new device and then sync it. It's just pops up, push the button, you're done. So I really that was something else that I really, really, really liked. Alright, so here is the bad. And this is like two of the main reasons that people are probably going to buy earbuds like this. The two major flaws with these earbuds is the awareness mode and the noise cancellation. Those are my two absolute biggest complaints. So, first off, I'll start with the awareness mode. Because that was the whole reason that I bought them in the first place, was to experience it. The awareness mode, I literally have only found one instance where awareness mode is useful to me. And that is if I'm on the phone and I only have one earbud in, if you turn on awareness mode, then you can tell that there's like a slight difference, and you do feel a little less deaf, I guess, on one side. So in that very specific instance, it's nice. But other than that, you can like hear it a little more, but it's like muffled, and it's like it's almost kind of like if you have an earplug in your ear that's like not quite sealed that well. It's weird. It's like some very strange middle ground that's like not very useful and just kind of weird. So then you have the noise cancellation, which I think is a very ironic name because it doesn't cancel anything at all. It blows my mind. Like, for instance, if I put those earbuds in my ears and I turn on noise cancellation mode, I can do this with my hands and I can hear it. I can go like this and I can hear it. I can take my finger and go and just do like this tiniest little tap and I can hear it. Like you can literally hear everything, not quite the same. It's like maybe if you so you put the earbuds in your ears and and your surroundings kind of quiet down just simply because there's something in your ears, and then maybe turn that down by like another 20% maybe, and then that's it. So it's like it's not noise cancellation. It's like a very 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 slight noise lowering, maybe, if that. A lot of the times in situations where you would think you would want noise cancellation, like if there's background noise or wind or something like that, where you would want to cancel the background or you would want to cancel your surrounding noises, since it makes it a higher pitch, at least for me, oftentimes the noise that I'm trying to cancel out is now more annoying than it was before, especially, which I know this is hard to cancel out, but especially wind noise. Like if you're driving, the wind noise without noise cancellation is just kind of like a low rumble, and you just kind of don't really hear it. But whenever you turn noise cancellation on, and then now it's that higher pitch, and it sounds like someone is like sitting right outside your ears going, and it's like you can hear the wind like brushing up against your earbuds, and you can hear the wind like all the time through the music, through a podcast, whatever, and it's like infinitely more annoying to have noise cancellation on than it is to just have it off. So that's crazy to me. That was a very big letdown, because if I was going to use any mode on these, it would be the noise cancellation, but you can't because it just doesn't cancel anything. And here is my another big complaint that I have. Let me actually pull up my phone, get them connected. Okay, so this is another very, very, very big issue that I have. So this is the app. This is what it looks like. As you can see, you can have everything off, you can have transparency mode, or you can have noise cancellation. And that's basically all the customization you get. You get no other choices. That is my biggest complaint. You can't even, like if you go down here, the earbuds themselves have little buttons on them, so that whenever they're in your ears, you can like hold them and like change modes and whatnot. Like you can change what the buttons do, sort of. So whenever I was going through the settings, what I wanted to do was make it to where, say if I held the right one, it would be noise cancellation. And then if I held the left one, it would be transparency mode. You can't do that. You can only have it to where both of them do the exact same thing, which I think is dumb. I think you should have like a slider of some type for the noise cancellation, and if not the noise cancellation, at least the transparency mode. Because for transparency mode, I think you should get to pick how loud you want transparency mode to be. You know, if it just off the shelf brings us to half, why not give us the option to turn that up a little bit and be almost kind of like a hearing aid, but you know, not that loud. It's just a software thing. It doesn't make any sense to not give us any customization. And then the same thing for the noise cancellation. Maybe there's just like a very like noise kind of like way off. And then maybe that would fix some of that issue where it makes that turns everything high pitched. I feel like that's a very, very, very basic feature that they should have, especially for this price point. So I was just very, very disappointed with the complete lack of customization. So my last complaint, and the one that sucks the most for me, probably 90% of the reason that I use earbuds is when I'm on the phone. It's just to take phone calls. I don't really listen to that much music. I don't really listen to like that much podcast, at least not through earbuds. So the main reason I have them is when I'm on the phone. So with these, every single person, whenever I would use these, every single person that I would talk to on the phone I would have to repeat myself 1,000 times because they would all say the same thing. You're too quiet. We can't hear you. I can't hear you. You're too quiet. So that kind of sucked. And then they would also complain about anytime there was any type of background noise, like even if I just like turned on the sink or if I like just dropped something for a split second, it would try to, at least I know I haven't heard it myself, but at least from what they would tell me, it tries to suppress the outside noise so much and so aggressively that it just like flattens your voice and makes it to where nobody can hear you. And that's my biggest complaint out of this entire review is that you can't even hardly use them for a phone call because nobody can hear what you're saying and it's just way too quiet. If you're going to buy, I would literally only buy these earbuds if you are somebody who doesn't use noise cancellation or transparency mode and you just want to listen to music or podcasts and you just need something with good battery life and good sound quality because that's pretty much all they are. And nothing more. That's my review of the Beats. Now, with this review, I kind of went down a little bit of a rabbit hole. Like, okay, what is a good example of noise cancellation? So that way I can compare that to this so I can see, kind of where this falls on the scale. So I did some research, found out that Sony apparently makes extremely good noise cancellation, and I bought the Sony XM4s. The XM5s are supposed to be a little bit better, but they were a little too expensive for me. So the XM4s, they seem to agree that these are a very, very, very good example of noise cancellation, which I completely agree with because I bought these, put these on, turned on the noise cancellation, and it was literally night and day compared to these. They actually canceled out the noise. I can put them on. I can like rub my hands together. Can't hear it. I can kind of like knock on a door. I don't hear it. They really cancel out a lot of noise. The wind I can hear just a little bit, but it's not high pitch. So that after experiencing that noise cancellation compared to these, it made me realize that okay, this is very, very, very bad noise cancellation. Since I was in the market for a new pair of earbuds, and these obviously weren't going to cut it, the ones I ended up going with that I think are perfect, they don't have the best noise cancellation or the best awareness mode. But as far as like being able to be heard on a phone call and sound quality and battery life, they fit all my needs perfectly. So I ended up going with the Liberty Soundcore Liberty 4s. I think is what they're called. And so far, I have really loved them. And they're very comfortable. These, oddly enough, when I first got these were comfortable, like, for the first, like, couple days. And then they kind of started becoming, like, uncomfortable. And after a while, like, on the back part of my ears, I started getting, like sore. And, like, every time I'd put them in, it would kind of, like, just be uncomfortable and kind of hurt. So that was kind of annoying, but I have not experienced that with these. So I will stop blabbering, and now I'm going to do a audio test so you can, with all of them, so that way you can hear what they would all sound like through a phone call. So let's get to that. Okay, so this is going to be very scuffed. So I want you guys to be able to hear the microphone quality of these earbuds so like if you have these earbuds in and you call somebody, I want you to be able to hear what they're going to be able to hear. We're going to do the beats first.
Okay, now you should be able to hear me from the beats. So testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. How's the microphone quality? I think I've listened to this myself, and I think it's kind of like pretty bad. So testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to clap for each one so you can see like the noise suppression. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now let's move on to the Sony headset. Okay, now we are on the Sony headset. So testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Let me know how it sounds. Is it clear? Is it muffled? I'll clap. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Now we are on to the Soundcore Liberty 4s. To me, I think these sound about the best. I'd like to know your opinions. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. And now, just for fun, we're going to go all the way back to the Liberty Air 2s. So testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, so with all those earbuds, whenever you call somebody, that is what they are going to hear on the other end. So let me know in the comments below which one you think is the best. I'm just going to go ahead and end it here. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. See you in the next one.